tales.
In a small, secluded town nestled within the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, an inexplicable phenomenon occurs every decade. When the veil of mist descends upon the town, strange occurrences follow in its wake. People vanish without a trace, and eerie lights dance amidst the fog, drawing unsuspecting souls deeper into the unknown. As a new visitor to this town, Renna is drawn in by whispers of the mysterious mist and the secrets it holds. As she unravels the enigma shrouding the veil, she uncovers a truth more terrifying than she could have ever imagined. It's not just a natural phenomenon, it's a gateway to another realm. Guided by ancient legends and modern technology, Renna must navigate the treacherous terrain of both the physical world and the otherworldly realm beyond the mist. Along the way, she encounters beings from distant galaxies, each with their own agendas, some seeking to protect the town, while others intend to exploit its connection to the supernatural. As the veil thickens and tensions rise, she realizes that time is running out. To save the town and herself, she must unravel the mysteries of the mist before it consumes everything in its path. But in a place where reality blurs and alliances shift like shadows, who can she trust? And what sacrifices is she willing to make to uncover the truth behind the veil of mist? Listen, as this tale begins.
As soon as I entered the charming town of Mistwood, a chill ran down my spine. It wasn't only the cold air or the thick fog that enveloped the place like a cloak, there was also something else, something elusive, hiding under the surface. I felt uneasy as I drove along the curving roads surrounded by tall trees. I had the impression that someone, or something, was observing me. I sought refuge in Mistwood from the city's chaos, longing for nature's peaceful embrace. But I didn't realize I was entering the center of a long-standing mystery that plagued this town for decades. As I walked through the town, I felt the locals' suspicious gaze on me. They peered at me from behind closed curtains, whispering among themselves. I caught fragments of their words, such as, the mist, and the disappearances, that made me shiver. I wanted to find out the truth, so I searched the town's history, reading old newspapers and dusty archives carefully. I soon discovered that the disappearances were not just a myth, they were a horrifying fact that had plagued Mistwood for generations. As I went seeking the town's history, I stumbled upon an elderly librarian, her weathered face a testament to years spent in research. "Excuse me," I said, approaching her cautiously. "I couldn't help but notice you seem to know a lot about Mistwood's past. Do you have any insights into these disappearances that have haunted this town?" The librarian peered at me over her glasses, her eyes holding a mixture of caution and curiosity. "Child," she murmured, her voice like the rustle of old parchment, "you've stumbled upon a tale as old as Mistwood itself. The mist, you see, it's not just a natural phenomenon. It's alive, sentient almost. And those who venture too far into its depths, they become lost to its whispers." I shivered. Lost to its whispers? "Yes," she confirmed, her gaze distant as if recalling memories long buried. "They say the mist calls to those who are troubled, seeking solace or escape. But once it claims you, you become part of its eternal veil, forever lost to the world." I swallowed hard, the weight of her words settling heavily upon me. Is there no way to break its hold? To free those who have vanished? She shook her head sadly. "None that we've discovered. The mist has its own rules, its own mysteries, and it guards them fiercely." Determined to uncover the truth, I thanked the librarian and continued my investigation. But with each step, I couldn't shake the feeling that the mist itself was watching me. I wandered through the town's outskirts on a foggy evening when I came across a clearing that glowed with a mysterious light. Curious, I approached it, feeling my heart beat faster in my chest. Then I beheld her, a misty woman with starry eyes that sparkled in the dark. Her voice was musical, telling stories of olden creatures and mystical portals concealed by the veil of mist. As I cautiously approached the clearing on that foggy evening, The air seemed to thicken with an eerie stillness, and my instincts urged me to turn back. But curiosity compelled me forward, despite the unease gnawing at the edges of my mind. There she stood, amidst the swirling mist, her presence both captivating and unsettling. Her eyes, though sparkling with an otherworldly light, held a depth that seemed to pierce through my very soul. "I am the guardian of Mistwood," she declared, her voice echoing with a haunting melody that sent shivers down my spine. "I have watched over this land for longer than your kind can comprehend." I hesitated, uncertain whether to heed her words or flee from her presence. "What secrets do you guard?" I asked her, my voice trembling slightly. Her smile was cold, a glimmer of amusement dancing across her lips. "Secrets that would drive lesser beings to madness," she replied cryptically. "But if you dare to seek them, prepare to face the consequences." As she spoke, her words seemed to weave a web of darkness around me, ensnaring me in their chilling embrace. And though every instinct screamed for me to run, a part of me couldn't help but be drawn to the mysteries she hinted at, no matter the cost. I was spellbound by her words, until the wind blew through the clearing, and she disappeared without a trace, abandoning me in the dark. I set out to find the truth, even if it meant going beyond the limits of logic. The mist became denser every day, shrouding the town in a supernatural gloom. Weird lights glowed in the fog, and creepy voices murmured in the dark. With only my bravery and curiosity to guide me, I explored the core of the enigma. I found old manuscripts concealed in the town's library, their pages bearing obscure signs and mystical rites. It seemed like the essence of reality was coming apart at the seams, and I had no control over it. I was trapped in a galactic conflict, with no clear distinction between friend and foe. The world around me was full of deception. The darkness kept growing, obscuring the truth even more. Mistwood was in grave danger, and I had to make a move before it was too late. As the mist thickened and the strange lights danced within its depths, I was lost in the heart of the enigma plaguing Mistwood. The old manuscripts I found revealed fragments of a cosmic truth, a connection to beings not of this world, drawn to the town by the veil of mist. I met many strange creatures on my journey, extraterrestrials from faraway worlds who had come to Earth in pursuit of the veil of mist. Some of these extraterrestrial entities sought to shield Mistwood from the encroaching darkness, their motives noble and their intentions pure. They had seen the potential for destruction that lay within the mist's depths and had come to prevent its spread, to safeguard not only the town but the fabric of reality itself. Yet, amidst the chaos, there were others who coveted the power that the veil of mist promised. They sought to exploit its link to the paranormal for their own selfish ends, caring not for the consequences that their actions might unleash upon the unsuspecting inhabitants of Mistwood. Caught in the midst of this galactic conflict, I struggled to navigate the treacherous waters of deception and deceit. The darkness continued to grow, its tendrils reaching ever deeper into the heart of Mistwood, obscuring the truth and threatening to consume everything in its path. But I refused to succumb to despair, for Mistwood was in grave danger, and I knew that I was its last true hope. The clash of light and darkness, good and evil had finally commenced. I had new friends and old relics by my side, ready to fight. We stood against the enemies who wanted to wipe out everything we cared about. I discovered the veil of mist was not a mere natural occurrence. It was a portal to a different world, a world where dreams and nightmares mingled, where reality was only a transient delusion. But amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged as the spiritual leaders and supernatural allies gathered at the heart of the city. In a solemn procession, they moved through the streets, their voices raised in prayer and their hearts united in a sacred purpose. Each step they took was imbued with the power of faith, as they called upon the divine forces to lend their strength in the battle against the encroaching evil. As they reached the town square, a hallowed ground where the mist seemed to swirl with malevolent intent, they formed a circle, joining hands in a gesture of solidarity. With eyes closed and hearts open, they began to chant ancient incantations, their words carrying the weight of centuries of wisdom and devotion. The air crackled with energy as their prayers echoed through the night, weaving a protective barrier around Mistwood. shielding it from the darkness that sought to consume it. With each invocation, the veil of evil that had shrouded the town began to weaken, its hold loosening with each passing moment. And then, as if in response to their collective plea, a brilliant light erupted from the center of the square, piercing through the mist like a beacon of hope. The darkness recessed, unable to withstand the purity of the spiritual energy that now suffused the town. With a final, resounding cry, the spiritual leaders and their allies poured their remaining strength into the sanctification of Mistwood, lifting the veil of evil once and for all. As the last echoes of their prayers faded into the night, the mist began to dissipate, revealing a town bathed in the warm glow of dawn. And in that moment of triumph, the people of Mistwood knew that they had been delivered from darkness, their faith and courage having conquered even the deepest shadows. As they gazed upon the transformed landscape before them, they whispered words of gratitude to the spiritual leaders and their allies, knowing that their prayers had been answered and their town restored to its rightful place in the light. As the mist cleared and the truth was revealed, I realized that the veil of mist was more than just a natural phenomenon. It was a gateway to another realm, a realm where dreams and nightmares intertwined, where reality was but a fleeting illusion. In the aftermath of the battle, Mistwood was forever changed. The townsfolk emerged from the darkness, their eyes filled with wonder and awe as they beheld the world anew. And though the veil of mist may have faded into memory, its effects would linger on, etched forever in the minds of those who had braved its ethereal captivity.